farthest shot you took at sniper school?
Sniper was great. So you're doing stalks. You're no longer taking pictures. You're taking shots.
Get in, observe a target, conduct surveillance, send that surveillance over the net.
You can do that. You can stalk up on a bunch of flipping team guys with binos. I mean, that's easy.
We did a lot of sniper stuff in Baghdad.
Sniper school was great. I learned so much that I didn't have a clue. I could shoot, but I didn't have a clue about it. Well, let me go ahead and tell you. Even going I went to that third test of the 300 Win Mag. You know, you got to do 90% on snaps and movers. So you're shooting an 11-inch moving target. You know, like waist to shoulder, 11 inches wide at 800 meters. They said, we're going to teach you how to read, wind, and shoot that. I'm like, where I come from, you don't teach anybody to do that. That's just luck. Yeah, I remember saying that and thinking it, you know, but going to that school and learning the sniper craft was just a blast, you know, and is in Indiana. The guy I mentioned earlier at some time, I don't remember if I was talking off camera or on camera, Troy D. Hart, buddy of mine, I met him in Indiana. Going to church there one day, and he showed up on base. It's a regular Army base, and we have our little compound there. And this guy shows up in tie and everything, and he said, here I am, some guy with like long hair and sideburns. And I said, hey, are you the pastor of church? He goes, no, I'm picking up people to take him to church. I said, all right, wait, I want to come right with you. And he had been praying for about 6 months, he said, that he would meet a SEAL because he knew SEALs were on that base. And I happened to be the guy he met. And then he's been tied close to the community ever since.
No kidding.
Yeah, and that was 2007, I think, 2008.
Interesting.
So anyway.
Can you walk us through kind of your pipeline at sniper school?
Yeah, so it's changed. It's changed now. You got pictographer, pictograph, whatever it is. So we did that at the Strand because there's a West Coast guy, and then the East Coast guys do whatever in Virginia Beach. And then you have
what's pick?
Pictographer or pictograph, where you take a camera, you know, like, and you have to, you know, hold the button so it lets all the light in because, you know, it's the old school picture stuff. So you have like light up a tag on a car in complete darkness without night vision or without shining a light on it. And it's basically surveillance-based stuff, right? That would be the pick portion and learning how to use that equipment.
Do you mind if I elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, please do.
So pick is the first course into the sniper pipeline, and it's basically learning how to use cameras, not be detected, no flashes. You should be able to take a picture in 100% darkness, zero visibility, and then they teach you how to kind of compress that in and send it over a communications unit.
Yep.
SATCOM.
Whatever the communications platform they have at the time. It's changed now. They have a different comms platform, but
so basically you get in, observe a target, conduct surveillance, send that surveillance over the net to somewhere else, and I would say that's probably the majority of sniper missions is surveillance, and so you need to know how to get that data and be able to send it over comms, and then you're better.
That's a great description.
It's the only portion of sniper school I actually completed. So
there you go. So you got pick, and it's a beneficial portion because, like you said, even any surveillance operation, that's what we do a lot of wherever you're at, and that's important because that helps you build targets. Scout, you go from pick into scout, and again, the pipeline has changed now. I think it's more meshed together. So pick was it 2 or 4 weeks? You know, it was about a month. It was about a month. I don't think it was a full month, but it was pretty close. So somewhere between 2 and 4 weeks. And then you go to scout. Scout was 6 weeks, if I remember right, and that's stalking. So the East Coast guys are stalking in the woods. It's the easiest thing in the flipping world. And the West Coast guys are stalking through La Posta. And I mean, they're like seeing trails where you're dragging your sniper bag behind you. You see the dust trails kicking up out there in La Posta where you're stalking through. And you stalk up, you set up a hide site, but you still haven't shot a rifle yet. You're not a sniper. You then set up your camera that you learned all about. You set your camera up, you take a picture of the target. You have to read a certain card they'll hold up, you know, a card, you get the picture, you read the card, you tell it to them, they're watching your spot, you know, they got the instructor in the field who's within 5 yards of you or whatever, and they're looking in that area to see if they find your camera, find any of that. So that's the scout portion. So it's now implementing pick with staying hidden really, really, really well, right? You got your ghillie suit, all that junk, right? And that is scout, and then finally you go to sniper, which is at the time I want to say it might have been 8 weeks, it might have been 6 or 7 weeks, but I think it was 2 months was blocked off for that. So altogether, it was like a 4-month program.
Wow.
Started in December for me, and I think I graduated in April. And the sniper was great. So you're doing stalks. You're no longer taking pictures. You're taking shots. It was great, and it was a lot of fun. And a lot of good dudes that you're there with, and you're just stalking around the woods in Indiana, taking shots. You're shooting yard lines every day. 300 Win Mag. So the Mark 13, the Mark 11, it was phenomenal. And then it wasn't deer season at the time, but when you go back to do stuff at sniper school, help instructor, whatever they're during deer season, you're hunting in Indiana. I mean, it's fun.
Farthest shot you took at sniper school?
Farthest shot in sniper school was a little over 1,200 meters. I want to say it's like 1,300 yards plus or minus. That's the furthest shot you take, which was interesting because that's when I want to say, of all people, I think it was Chris Kyle and them developed long-range target interdiction for the West Coast and the East Coast, because the farthest shot we took in sniper school, especially when we got to Afghanistan, it was like a chump shot. It's like, oh, wow, 1,200 yards, that's great. It's an easy shot compared to some of the shots we're taking. The furthest person I killed was 2,345 yards.
You killed somebody at 2,000, how far?
2,345 yards. They were on a
Holy
motorcycle.
shit.
I missed them 4 times beforehand, but blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again. So got that, and then some of the guys in the hide site with me, some of them are still in. I'll try not to say their names.
We'll get there. Don't go there yet. We'll get there.
But that was interesting to see. The furthest sniper school shot did not compare to what we were shooting like regularly in Afghanistan, or even I think sometimes even in Iraq. I mean, guys are taking some 1,500 meter plugs.
Damn, we did a lot of sniper stuff in Baghdad. I don't think anybody took a shot over 50 yards.
Well, yeah, especially with a lot of CQB based stuff, you won't. But
well, these were
you're in sniper hides.
Yep,
That's
these are sniper hides.
No, Afghanistan, I think I shot one dude from like me to you, and I'd already shot him once before from a sniper hide. Yeah, I cleared up on him, and he set up with his AK, and I cleared around this little wall on him. I shot him in the
there
stomach,
too.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was in a place called, it was close to Kalat would be the big area. It was pretty far. It was like a day's drive from Kalat, but it would have been close to Kalat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was called Karam Kale, maybe. And it doesn't matter.
We'll get there. We'll get to all that, the combat deployments. So you get through sniper school. How'd you graduate?
Top
of the class?
No,
Average?
definitely not top of the class. A guy named Brian Clayton was at the top of our class. I think he got the gun. He did great. I actually did pretty good on the stalks. I stalked one day in just a flannel jacket and a pair of blue jeans, and stalked all the way up, stalked around the instructor's little thing there and set up. So I did good on the stalks because it's pretty flipping easy. I mean, if you can stalk up on a deer with a bow in the woods, that's what I was doing in Alabama, and like kind of slip behind trees, find a spot, jump them, climb up, shoot a deer. If you can do that, you can stalk up on a bunch of flipping teen guys with binos. I mean, that's easy. And so it was stalking around. But that being said, I'm maybe middle of the class, is where I was. I was not. It's funny how the Lord works. I go in, oh yeah, man, I can shoot. It's all this arrogance of who I am and how great I am and all this. I grew up in the woods shooting, and then all of a sudden you realize, no, I suck compared to these guys. But I think Brian graduated top of our class. And there was a lot of good dudes in our class. But I graduated, and that's where I decided to. I'd been dating my wife for a little while at the time, and graduation day, the family all comes. You can have family up, friends up, whatever. So they all come up, shoot sniper rifles. It was a fun time. I invited my dad, my brothers, and her dad.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.